7 to 8 schedule, but unfortunately, yet to get the momentum. Sandeep.
Sure, Doctor. We're working towards it, and Dr. Sridhar Krupp, I think, and Dr. Padma Priya are really strong stalwarts, pillars who built up the Hindi program. Through them, we've come across some big doctors like Dr. Om Prakash, Dr. Praveen Oberoi, who's Deputy Director General of CCRH, and Dr. Sahani has brought in some wonderful doctors. I think all of them have come through Dr. Krupp and Dr. Padma Priya. So most of the speakers have come through them. And gradually, I think with their push, it is picking up. So yes, our endeavor is to bring in more people. We have got in about 74 people as of now.
Yes.
But we only managed to get about 24, 25 people attending our seminar. So our endeavor is to push it up, and we're working towards that.
I think college students should be included so they can participate in the program. They will be benefited.
Sure, definitely. हम ये कोशिश कर रहे हैं. हमने काफी हमारे जो डॉक्टर प्रोफेसर्स हैं, लेक्चरर्स हैं, उनसे कहा है कि उनके कॉलेज के बच्चों में भी ये लिंक शेयर करके ये नॉलेज सेशन उनके तक भी पहुंचे. तो डॉक्टर नूतन शर्मा ने अपने काफी रिसर्च स्टूडेंट्स को इस प्रोग्राम में लेके आए. डॉक्टर आशिता ने भी अपने बैक्सन्स कॉलेज में काफी लोगों को बता के अब हमारे जो लास्ट सैटरडे के स्पीकर एंड इस वेडनेसडे के जो स्पीकर हैं वो बैक्सन्स कॉलेज के डॉक्टर्स हैं.
Yes, अच्छा.
That is also going on from one direction.
Yes. अब समय to wind up आपका हिंदी सेशन.
हाँ जी. So sir, thank you so much, डॉक्टर ज्योति तिवारी. बड़ा अच्छा लगा आपका सेशन. आप दोबारा आए हमारे शो में प्लीज, हमारे सेशन किसी टॉपिक पे. एंड अब हम इंग्लिश सेशन के लिए डॉक्टर मनोज को हैंड ओवर करते हैं.
Thank you, Dr. Sandeep. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to the 966th day of continuous and uninterrupted Zoom session of IFPH. Let us start today's program with a silent prayer for 1 minute. Thank you. Today we have with us Dr. Harish Kumar, BHMS, Chief Consultant, Harisri Homeopathy, Kalamassery, Kurumassery, Kochi, Kerala, India. 20 years of experience, JCA trainer, and subject is some interesting rubrics. This is very important to convert what you have collected after the case taking, after an extensive case taking. Often we fail to convert what the patient told to us to effective rubrics. So the very important thing, have a thorough knowledge, a sound knowledge. Even though we have the so-called software systems and analytical methodology are there, what is more important is conversion to rubrics. That is most important. So today's topic is some interesting rubrics. So on behalf of IFPH, I welcome Dr. Harish Kumar. You have already heard a lot from Dr. Harish Kumar. Is an excellent presenter and is a young talented person. I think he's not yet joined. Dr. Harish Kumar, are you there?
Not at join. I shall call you.
Okay. So we are about to conduct our 1000-day celebration starting from 28th of this month. 28th of May, beg your pardon, 28th of May. Then followed by 4th June in Calcutta, 18th in Delhi, and 30th in Dubai. So it becomes an absolutely international program and is about all set to start the function. So what is needed is your support, from personal support as well as the monetary support is very much needed. So we have decided a plan to contribute 10,000 rupees for 100 persons, who are maybe each of according to your choice. You can contribute. Then definitely we will return the amount as we got the fund from the participants as well as the sponsors. So that is the idea. Well, our honorable guest Dr. Harish Kumar joined. Dr. Babaraj, could you please make our Dr. Harish Kumar co-host? Please unmute.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, audible, of course.
Yeah, okay. Is it clear? Is there any issue with the clarity?
No problem.
Yeah, okay.
But your
Thank
face is not clear. Light is not on your face.
Yeah, one second.
Yes. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. We have already completed the formalities.
Yeah, okay, right. Thank you.
Once again, welcome. Yes.
Okay, right. So, before I share the content, I would like to once again thank the organizers for this fantastic effort. I think it is 34 more days to reach the 1,000 day. That is something great. It is a great achievement, definitely. I will be definitely like to be part of that day, definitely. If I miss all the other 33, I will definitely make it possible that it is the 1,000 days celebrated in a fantastic way. So actually, it was supposed to be continuing the concept of or the content like some interesting rubrics. So actually today we will be discussing about some rubrics definitely, but it will not be the continuation of what happened in the last session. Actually, in the last session, what the modus operandi was, like we discussed certain interesting rubrics, and that happened in my clinic, and it was the case discussion was going hand in hand with the discussion of the rubrics. This time it will be a little different. Next time we will be continuing the part 2 of some interesting rubrics. Today definitely we will discuss about certain rubrics, but the content will be slightly different. Actually, this is a content that I took for the doctors of Indian Dental Association. Maybe I think it was in the last year. We had a Zoom session, and it was for the younger generation doctors who were less than 10 years of experience doctors, dentists. So it was a content, it was general content, but it was very much related with homeopathy also. Okay, so there will be discussion on rubrics also, because I will be presenting in the homeopathic perspective this time. Okay, so the topic is I think this is it can be seen to all, right?
Yes, no problem.
Okay. The indisputable relationship between emotions and health. I think being a homeopath or patients or the persons who are already in connection with homeopathy, this content will not be in any way disputable, because we all know what is the relevance between emotions and health. So it has been there are n number of proofs that there is strong relationship between emotions and health. Maybe hangman and homeopathic doctors over the last maybe 200 to 30 years, it has been already confirmed or believed surely that there is a direct relationship between emotions and health. Maybe the modern, the so-called modern science was a little bit hesitant to understand those concepts, but now with the great advent in new science and technologies, it has been undisputably or indisputably proved that emotions and health has been a relation. But in the last, in the last maybe 2 decades, one concept that has created a lot of controversies will be Hammer's theory. Maybe the people who have associated with the predictive homeopathy may be knowing this, and even the critics of predictive homeopathy also will be knowing this Hammer's theory. I am not, I take a neutral stand in the concept, and I will discuss. But before telling what I really want to convey to you today, I just want to say what Hammer's theory is. Maybe 1 or 2 people may not be knowing this, so I just want to, for their interest, I will tell what is Hammer's theory. Hammer was a German oncologist, and he happened to have a sudden onset of testicular cancer. And very surprisingly, his wife also was diagnosed with ovarian cancer, and both was on the left side. And this happened in a gap of 1 or 2 weeks. So strikingly or coincidentally, he related with the death of his child. Their child was shot dead in an accident around maybe 2 to 3 weeks before the onset of this cancer. So he began to think whether there is any relationship between this cancer and the onset of this cancer and the death of this child. And he called back around 20,000 cancer patients who were either alive or in cases of those who are dead, the close relatives of those patients were called in, and around 20,000 patients were researched. And he understood that, and what he concluded was that all these 20,000 cancer patients had some sort of conflict in their life, and he related this disease to that conflict that has happened. So far so good, there is no problem, and he specifically point certain conflicts with certain organs, like some sort of conflict, some sort of cancer will happen in this organ. If this is the conflict, this will be happening in this organ. If B, C is the conflict, so this will be the reaction. So this was the concept that he put forward. So far so good, there is no problem. But what led to the downfall of this concept is that he was ultimately jailed by the government of Germany, because what he conveyed was that if this conflict is being cleared, or if this conflict is being handled, if the conflict can be managed, then cancer will automatically resolve. This was the concept that he put forward, and that led to the death of. This is what I understood. There may be a mistake. This is what I understood. If there is a mistake, we will discuss in the last part. Okay, so this is what I have understood. Okay, and this had led to the some legal issues in Germany, and he was. I think what I have understood is that he was jailed. Maybe there may be differences of opinion. If I am wrong, definitely those people who is strong in this concept may definitely correct me at the last part. Okay. Anyway, the concept so far is very good, and my take on this Hammer's theory will be conflict may trigger disease. Absolutely no doubt about that. Any sort of conflict definitely will have a trigger in diseases. No doubt about that. Second point is unhealthy prolonged emotions. Any sort of unhealthy prolonged emotions definitely will lead to disease. If any homeopath who is having a substantial experience in homeopathy will be definitely vouching this, that any unhealthy prolonged emotions will lead to disease. Okay, right. But there is medical treatment will only resolve disease. You cannot resolve a disease with other aspects. You may take any sort of counseling or yoga or any other so-called therapies will not give you permanent solution or resolution of disease. Any resolution of disease need to have a medical treatment. It may be homeopathy, it may be other sciences. That is up to the person, but definitely you have to go for a medical treatment. Then only the solution of disease will happen. This is my take on Hammer's theory, and I am not against Hammer's theory. I do apply the concept of Hammer's theory in many of my cases, especially in psoriatic diseases. In 95% of psoriasis cases, I have seen that there is a direct relationship between interpersonal relationship strains and liver cancers. In all the liver cancers I have handled, every case had a severe issue, or even cirrhosis. Liver cirrhosis cases, I have seen that there is a direct relationship with the family members and family issues. And in some, these are. And there are certain cases where I couldn't confirm the Hammer's theory in the cases also, in certain cases of cancers also. That may be my mistake. I am not contradicting the theory, but the concept that I want to say is that any disease, once it has the dynamics or the pathology has developed, you have to go for the medical treatment. Okay, right. So this is a slide. I think for homeopathy this doesn't matter. This is something that I took from the Google. It is not anything from the homeopathy textbooks. Profound sadness and anxiety will lead to constipation, insomnia, intestinal ulcers, hypertension. I said this I took for the IDA people. So this slide is for that those people. honestly. Prolonged stress will weaken the immune system and lead to infections. Anger will definitely lead to heart attacks and respiratory diseases. Excessive level of adrenaline and cortisol consistently will lead to heart attacks and stroke. Chronic stress may cause irritable bowel syndrome. High level of cortisol leads to obesity, diabetes mellitus, etc., etc. Whereas n number, you search the Google, you will get more than this. Okay. Regarding conflict, this is the point where I have to explain a little bit. How you are receiving the conflicts is very, very important. There comes the role of or the relevance of rubrics. How you receive it is very, very important. For example, if death happens in a family, maybe your father or take example, your father is passed away, and it will cause some sort of conflict in your mind. Definitely, it will have an impact in your mind. But how you receive it is very, very important. How you take it. There will be persons who will be totally devastated by the loss of his father. It may be because of the emotional attachment. For some people, it will be like his father may have been the the financial security for that person. So when his father passed away, he may be concerned about. I am not saying that he does not have the love for his father, but definitely the concern will be more about how will I handle the further financial stress or financial responsibilities. So how one person receives stress is definitely different. Okay, even some people will be thinking, okay, oh my God, my father passed away very suddenly. He has not written any will, so whether this will result in some family conflicts between the siblings, how will I handle it? Maybe this will be the way some certain people will be receiving an issue. So it all depends upon the person's individuality. So how he receives that conflict is very important. As a homeopath, there is the point. Actually, as a homeopathy doctor, our eyes and mind and ears should be open here. How he receives this conflict definitely is a key point in the case taking. And next thing, how he responds to it is equally or more important. The way he responds to the conflict indicates his genetic pattern. You cannot mock a response. When you are in a conflict, you cannot mock a response. That response will be natural and that will be directly indicating your genetic pattern or your constitution. That is undoubtedly indisputable. Okay. So how you respond? Whether you go, you just get devastated, you are giving it a shock, or whether you are going into depression, whether you become more angry after that, whether you, whatever it may be, whenever there is a conflict happening, how you respond is very, very important. Especially the initial response or in the initial period of response is very, very important. Because that is the time it happens naturally. After maybe you may handle it in a different way. So the initial response is very, very important. And the third point is better the response, it will lead to better health. Definitely. If you are healthy enough, naturally you will have a better responses. If your immune system or a defense mechanism is poor, defense mechanism does not directly means immunology. But the way you handle the issues, if it is better, definitely your health will be also better. Okay. Right now, okay. Right. So why I am telling is that when you go for the case taking, there are certain very important things that you have to note, because you will be seeing a tree in front of your. I request all of you to give an attention to the screen. If anybody is not looking into the screen, please look into the screen. You can see a tree when you see from this arrow. When you see from this angle, you can read it as a tree. Now you see another arrow coming, and if you are seeing this image from this part, it is a M. You can call in English M, or in Malayalam it is Na. Okay. If you look from this angle, it is a Malayalam Da, or in English you can read it as W. Okay. And if you are looking from the top, from that direction, if you are looking, it is a tree. No, sorry, E. So the stylish E. Okay. So the very tree, when you look from 4 directions, it is different. Okay, this is what actually happens in case studies also. The patient will be presenting in a way which he likes or she likes or she thinks or he thinks. It may not be the truth. It may be actually the image is 3, but the patient is looking from an angle so that he is reading or she is reading this as M only. So that person will be saying that this is happening to me, this is happening to me. And in his or her perspective, she will explain the things or he will explain the thing. But when the truth is 3 and the patient is saying that it is M, definitely the case study will be, or the case taking will be getting wrong. So there lies the importance of objective study. That means if there is a bystander coming, after taking the case of the patient, you should request the patient to go out and talk to the bystander at least for 2 to 3 minutes. He will or she will explain what the truth is. So the way you respond, that response will be truly vouched by the bystander only. So you don't believe the patient 100%, because he or anyone for that matter, you and me also, anyone for that matter, will see the world in our own shoes only. So you have to see the other picture also, so that the case taking will be pure. Then only the rubric selection will be correct. The patient will be perceiving in one direction, and that may give you the wrong rubric. So when you select the rubric, you have to take the case of the patient. Definitely the patient's history is very, very important, but you have to cross-check whether that story is true, whether the story is true, whether the concept is true, whether the perspective is true. You have to cross-check with the bystander also. Then only the rubric will be, you can be sure of, especially when it comes to mental rubrics. Physical rubrics definitely is indisputable. You can see it from directly. But when it comes to mental and emotional sphere, definitely you have to look at the objectives or the bystanders version also. Okay, right. So when it comes to emotional sphere or emotional stress or emotional rubrics, I would like to invite your attention to this picture. I think this picture, most of you will be aware of. This is from the Purana. This is a story from the Purana, and this is Samudra Madana, and Asuras are Devas are there, Asuras are there, and they are churning this ocean of milk, and the tortoise, Lord Vishnu is being the tortoise, and Mandara Parvatam is on top of it, and Vasuki is the Vasuki, the serpent, is being used for the churning. So you see the concept of churning. When the churning is happening, see that the Devas are pulling to one side, and the Asuras are leaving it, let it go. They are letting it go. Then Asuras will pull, and the Devas will let it go. So it is like this motion is happening. So when one person pulls, the other person leaves. When the other person pulls, the other person leaves. So this is something very, very relevant. This is the way the Amrit or the holy milk of immortality, Amrita was churned by this way, by giving and taking. This is one concept is very, very important. If you think about the other aspect, if both the Devas and Asuras were pulling, then it will get tug of war. So in life also, it is very, very important to give and take, shed the ego. I think if you see the problem of most of the patients, at least 90% of the patients, the issue starts from some sort of ego hurting. It starts from there, and most of the cases, I am not telling every case, but it's at least 80 to 90% of the cases, you can see that the core area or when their ego is being hurt, they react, they respond, and the issues play up. Even being a doctor, I think the doctor should be the person who should be the most egoless patients. Because having the knowledge of human body, the intricacies of human body, How can we become egotic? Just a 3 or 4 value change in sodium will make you unconscious. It's a small variation of in vitamin B12 or cobalt or zinc or magnesium will make you shiver. A small clot in your blood vessel make you coma for a lifetime, or make you say bye bye to this world. So knowing all these things, how can a human being be so egotic? How can a doctor can be so egotic? So this is something that I gave a message to the dentist people doing that I am just sharing to you also, because being in a medical profession, I think we should be the people who should never have inflated egos. At least we should have the self-esteem. That is another thing. Self-esteem and ego is different. Self-esteem we definitely should have, but sometimes we cross that self-esteem and go to the inflated ego. So the point is, this is something that we should convey to our patients also, because once a person handles their ego in a better way, I think the people will be getting in a better health. This is what I conceive about health. This is not true, need not to be true, but what I have conceived is that when you handle your ego in a better way, definitely you will have a better health. Okay. It is okay to lose a battle to win a war. Like even in our family affairs, so there will be moments where we will have to say sorry for what the other person has done wrong. Usually husbands are like that, you know. Okay, but on a lighter note. But definitely, see, there will be moments in our life where we will have to say sorry, or we will have to take the responsibility for what we have not done wrong. So it all happens when it is a life. It will happen, and we will have to lose some battles to win the bigger wars. Okay. So next thing, and another area where we have the big reason for the stress that we happen is that we usually don't know our priorities before saying a yes. I will tell you an example. My daughter, she has completed her +2, and she's waiting for her degree and admission. And then now she is having the vacation, but still she is preparing for the other entrance examinations over there. And now her friends will call, and whether we can have a get together or for a purchase or something. And 3-4 days, or different friends will call her, and she will say yes to every day. And I will ask why you are saying yes to every people. You have certain other priorities also. You need to prepare for the entrance examination. So you need to prepare for that also. Why you are going out every day? So this is an issue. I was seeing myself in her, because I was a person 10 years or 15 years back. I was a person who never knew how to say no. Even if I wanted to say no, I will not say no. I will say yes. Because I knew I was not aware of the real priorities in my life. This is something that I had a big problem with. I see many patients also in my clinic. They have problem with saying no at the right person, at the right time, and they will take so much responsibility on them that they could not deliver anything, and the productivity will come down, the stress level will come up. Definitely their sleep will get affected, their food habits will get affected, and generally their general health is coming down. You can see, you just look back at yourself, or you look at the cases you deal. At least in my experience, at least 70 to 75% patients have this problem of saying no at the right time, and they suffer from that. They will, because it is all very, very important that you know your priorities right. What do you want at this time? What are things you have to do, and what are things you need not do? These are the things that we should be very, very clear about. This clarity is very much important, and mastering the art of saying no is very, very important. I think this is an art which we should all imbibe, and we should all give our next generation to we should make them learn how to say no. I will tell one or two to three methods that I started. Maybe in the last 5 to 10 years, I have learned how to say no, because that is the way, actually, that has actually helped me grow in my profession also. So saying no at the right time is very important. one method that I usually say is that, oh my God, absolutely, this is a great concept, my dear friend, you have brought about. If somebody come to you and share a project to associate with you, or any program, it may be a personal, it may be a professional, it doesn't matter. If a person comes to you and you are not willing to join them, but you don't want to hurt that person also, the way you can say is that, okay, the concept is very good, my dear friend, but I am in a position that I will not be able to associate with you. I have been already full, my plate is already full. It will be a great loss for me that I am not able to associate with you. Definitely the next time you come with a project, I will be definitely there to associate with you. For the time being, I am not saying no to you or not to your project, but it is my inability that I am not able to associate with you. So that person will not be hurt, and you can move ahead with your own activities. Okay, one way. Two, second, some friends will be or even your colleagues will be lay a trap for you. They will in a unexpected moment they will say, what is the plan on this Sunday? We will go for so and so project or program or whatever it is, and you may not be able to say no immediately. The best way that what I do is that this Sunday, okay, let me check whether I have given an appointment or not. I am not sure. I will get back to you in 1 hour or after 2 hours or something. You may not be able to say no, blunt no on the face. So you take a 2 hour or 3 hour gap, and after a 2 hour 3 hour gap, over the phone you can say, dear, I have already given an appointment to so and so person. So this time I will not be able to do. So there are many ways. This is a totally different session. This is a life skill session actually. Mastering the art of saying no. So that is maybe one day training session. But I just said that this is an issue with the patients and doctors also, that they overtake or take so much responsibility on them, and definitely they will end up with not giving 100% to every responsibility they have taken. The productivity level will come down and the stress level will increase. This is something that if you really introspect you and your patients, you will definitely understand this is happening in this world. And definitely the only one way to get out of is that master the art of saying no. Okay. And one thing, what I preach to my patients is this concept called the de-stress mantra. Okay. This de-stress mantra you can apply in your life and to your patients also. Okay. Before that, I just want to. Yeah. These people, the people who has trouble with saying no, these people usually will be having the rubrics like what do you call sensitive opinion of others. They will be having this problem. Since there is a rubric, a brilliant rubric, sensitive opinion of others. This is one rubric that I usually relate with. Ego, of course, egotism, selfishness, contemptuous, haughty. These are the rubrics that we usually see along with the ego, egotism, selfishness, and selfishness, then haughty, contemptuous, or all that. And even this point, the sensitive opinion of others is one thing. And there are many other rubrics also. What do you call delusion, rejected his being. There will be a feeling that people will reject him. That's why he is not able to say no. And there are many other rubrics related to these situations. Okay. And coming to this stress mantra. Actually, I will not all the this is not my content. Actually, this slide that I am going to show is actually of slide is mine, but the concept is of Gaur Gobaldas, a monk who is delivering great life skill lessons. He is from ISKCON, and his sessions is always inspired me. And his concept is this stress mantra. This is a very simple concept, very simple concept. But if you imbibe this, I think that will be the greatest thing that you can do to yourself in this life. Okay. So the point is this: do you have a problem? My question is, do you have a problem? And if your answer is no, then my question is, why worry? If you don't have any problem, then why worry? Okay, that is very easy. And take it from me, there are many people who does not have any problem, but still they worry about something. Okay, and that is something that there are many rubrics for that also. Okay. And do you have a problem? Yes, definitely I have a problem. Then the next question is, can you do something about it? Can you do something about it? You have a problem, and you can do whether you can do something about it. And if your answer is yes, yes, I can do something about my problem, then why worry? Do it, and then why worry? You have a problem, you can do something about it, do it, and why worry? That's it. There is another part of this question. Do you have a problem? Yes, I have a problem. Can you do something about it? Your answer is no, I cannot do anything about it. Then also why worry? If you cannot do anything, then why worry? Worry about things that is under your control. There are many things in your life which are all under your control, and you can control them. You can do whatever need to be done. But there are many things in your life that you cannot control. And worrying about the uncontrollable factors in your life is one of the greatest source of stress. And you can see in your patients also, when you take the history, most of the worries of the patients are all things that they do not have any control. And this is a concept that I usually tell to my patients. If you don't have any control over certain problems, you leave it. You cannot do anything about it, and leave it. There are certain things. Of course, I will take the rubrics for that. That is another thing. But the concept I tell is that there is nothing to worry. You cannot do anything. Don't worry. There are certain things you can do about this. This is a disease. You are not doing this. So you are doing certain things that is detrimental to the disease. About that. That is something that you can control about. That you can do. That is how you manage your disease. And in management part, this is something that this is a lesson that I usually give them. Okay. So going to the last part, summary of what I have already discussed. Prolonged and unhealthy emotions definitely will lead to disease, indisputable thing. Better responses will give you better health. Respect others' right to have their opinion. That is something that the activity of 3 that I have done. Everybody have their own different opinions, and that is something to lessen our stress, to decrease our stress. Respect others' right to have their opinions. This is something that we have to learn ourselves in every sphere of our life, whether it is in our profession, social life, personal life, your family life, everywhere. Everyone have the right to have their opinions. Respect it. Once you can have your own opinion, that is another thing, but you need not be adamant that everyone in this world should follow your opinion. That is where the problem starts. So, for any person to have a stress-free life, always respect others' right, not others' opinion, others' right to have their own opinion. Okay, right. Then, as I said, let the ego go. If you master the ego, definitely you will be a person who will be very, very happy and contented. Okay. And learn to say no when you have to say no. That will save you n number of time. You will get so many hours for yourself to improve upon. It will give you ambience time to take care of yourself. It will give you ambient time to explore in your own profession and your own personal life. And that will lessen you lesson to create situations where you disappoint others. You commit something to others without wanting to help them, and you don't deliver the commitment, and that will actually result in bad taste in relationships. So it is always better to say no initially. That is something you have to master upon, and focus on the controllables in life. This is something that, as I said, I preach to my patients. Focus on controllables. There are many things that is controllable in life, and focus on it. Definitely, that will help you. So I just wanted to point out some more rubrics in this case. Okay. If this rubric, if this mantra is, if patient is following this mantra, I think the correct rubric will be contented. There is a rubric called contented. A patient who is satisfied with everything, he is doing the things that is he need to be done, and there are many things he cannot do anything, and he is not worried about it. Contented rubric can be an apt one for this concept. Okay, and this I said all the sensitive opinions to is a possibility. Sensitive, ridiculed, or insulted being, that is a possibility. Ego that I have already discussed. Right. So these are something that certain rubrics I just discussed only. The concept is that actually how we can handle our emotions in a better way so that we can become a better healthy individual. More than by becoming a better person, you can become a better healthy individual. And these are the concepts that we can definitely tell to patients also, so that they can also imbibe certain life lessons so that they can be also healthy. These are the concepts that I wanted to convey today. We have a 20 minutes to have the discussions. We will have our discussions, and definitely in our next session we will have our proper rubric discussion along with the case studies. Today I couldn't, though I committed to Dr. Ranjit that I will be able to do that, but for some times constraints I couldn't make the PPT for that, so that's why I skipped that concept and took this subject. Definitely next time we will be having the rubric discussions. Okay, and I am stopping the sharing. Yeah, the floor is yours, Dr. Manan sir.
Yes, time for discussion. Those who would like to participate can raise your hand. Of course, Hariran sir is first person, please. You can unmute us, sir.
Dr. Harish, your class is very good. I appreciate. First of all, I appreciate you. That your class is highly philosophical. Is it so?
Pardon?
Okay. I like to say one thing.
Whether I am philosophical is also a question, right? Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Being a homeopath, I cannot live without philosophies.
Okay, good. See, I like to say one thing. In usually our family, see that a kind of suppression is prevailing. Usually in our family, a kind of suppression is prevailing. What is that? That is, in my opinion, in certain families, after the marriage, see the bride coming to our house, see there is the husband have a separate type of reaction. That is a possessional instinct happens there. There starts the suppressions of emotions. And see, gradually his wife got within 5 years or 8 years or 10 years, a lot of changes happens in her body. First of all, I am seeing that, see, gynecological problems are more come to effect. Gynecological problems. And see, if a homeopath handles such a case, he find out the cause. And we give the medicine. Likewise, the suppress of emotions, and we give the medicine.
There is a word in psychology.
See, at that time, certain changes will happen in her body. Partial or not fully, partial changes. But even that time also, the real cause is there,
Yes.
That possession instinct is there. So that patient cannot be cured by this homeopathic medicine. Then what is the remedy for it?
Okay.
I want to know.
Yeah, understood. Yeah, actually, this is something that in aphorism 6, I think I am not very much sure about the number of aphorism. I think it is 6. It is in where Animan is telling about the obstacles to recovery. If it is wrong, please correct me the number of the aphorism. But anyway, obstacles of recovery is something that Hahnemann is definitely explaining very well. These situations are also acting as obstacles to recovery. There lies the importance of a homeopathic doctor becoming a family doctor. If a homeopathic doctor can become a family doctor, if he is starting consulting both husband and wife, and even the parents who are living with them, if you understand everyone and if you give the correct constitutional medicine and the required so-called counseling, I will not say the professional counseling, but the so-called counseling, the corrections they need to make, definitely that can change the result. There you can change the obstacles. It is not easy. It is an ideal situation. There are certain cases where I treat the entire family. In those cases, definitely we can tell the wife so and so, even the husband, you need to do all these things. The corrections that can be, you can tell in a subtle way. Okay, even how to handle your mother-in-law, how to handle your daughter-in-law. This whole concept that we can in a subtle way we can make them understand, and that will help. Otherwise, it is an obstacle to their recovery. Definitely, they require the repetition of those all requests, because they will be having showing a tremendous improvement, but something will happen in their family that will cause a trauma. Then the disease will relax. Then we will have to give the medicine again. This is not happening in our life usually, right?
That is happening. That is happening.
Yes, and of course we know that the presence of miasm is making the patient to think in different way.
Definitely, that was a concept that I wanted to tell during the session. I actually forgot. Actually,
for example, if a psoric person responding to a particular situation, psychotic patient different way, syphilitic different way. So it's always the miasm is the background.
Yes. As doctor said during the slide of how the patient reacts, how the patient responds, how the patient perceives, it all depends upon the miasm of the patient. Right?
Anyway, we are lucky to have a book like this one, Analytical Report of Mind by Dr. Harish. It's a wonderful book. Analytical Report of Mind is a wonderful work.
Analytical Report of Mind, yeah.
Yes. Sir, 1 minute, please. Sir, yes. there is sociological problems also see as an obstacle to cure the disease.
Sociological in the sense?
Sociological means our circumstances in social life.
Yeah.
Certain obstacles.
Definitely. See, society is playing a big role in our health. Definitely. Even in the stress element. If you see, we are a social animal and we cannot shy away from the society. And for example, for me, I will tell my own story.
Excuse me, Dr. Harish.
Yeah.
There are 3 or more participants raised the hand.
Definitely. Yeah. Okay. Please.
Yes. Time is sufficient, then we can return to you. Yes. Sir, please.
Yes, sir. I heard that what you are telling, that it is everything was correct. Your class was excellent. But this situation, I like to add that you may, so many psychological counseling methods are there. It would be helpful if time is so less. Otherwise, I might come in explain one case without medicine itself. It is that I am not going to talk here. But I like to ask if there is time that I can tell one case small, only 1 or 2 minutes, whether it is allowed or not. Manoj, Dr. Manoj, it is allowed or not?
Yes, sir. We cannot. Yes, sir. Please.
Yes, that one took one family came. The husband is a bank manager, and the husband is taking classes to the in Ernakulam, and he is going after 2 or 3 days only he will come back. Then she suspected that there is some connection with some others. Then there was every day there was some struggle. Then they approached, and then I told him to take your wife also along with that. After a few times, he took that his wife along with him, and she realized that there is no. He was so much engaged with the training and the discussion and etc. So she changed her mind. This way, there are so many other cases with the counseling, and to make them to understand, we can change. Of course, our homeopathic medicine is also there. It can change physical, mental, or emotional, and also it is
Yes.
beautiful medicines are there. That
Oh,
can also be
Yes,
tried.
sir.
So thank you very much. And I'd like to ask one question. Whether there is time, then only I am asking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
Yes.
And there are two types of the problems. One is solvable problem. One is unsolvable problem. How we can face this unsolvable problem?
It is all individualistic, right? Whether it is correctable with the medicines, definitely we can correct with medicines. And they're like, as you said, counseling is something. I have one or two close friends of mine who are professional clinical psychologists. So in certain cases, we may give the medicine and may have to undergo the psychotherapies also, so that they can get corrected. So that can be something that you can make use of. And I think if it cannot be corrected with homeopathic medicines, I think it is an incurable case.
Okay, thank you. Come again with
Yes,
some
yes, sir.
type of-
Okay. Yes, now it is Dr. Salim Kumar. Yes, sir, please unmute.
Hi, Dr. Harish.
Yeah, namaskaram.
My question is, whatever you say that, but there is a one word psychology. Actually, you never used it. It is assertiveness. Why? And we can connect the whatever you say this with some rubrics like firmness and determination, etc. Assertiveness is there in synthesis, but there is no medicine. But it is directed to confidence, like etc. etc. So there is a term assertiveness.
Actually, I haven't explained any of the much of the rubrics. Actually, I took the other part of the session only. The general concept of stress, the relevance of health and emotions was that what I was discussing. Actually, I haven't touched upon the rubrics as such. Definitely, assertiveness is a rubric, courageous is a rubric, audacity is a rubric. These are all coming in the emotions, not emotional and will. When it comes to will and emotions, these all rubrics are there. I actually haven't touched upon that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Now, Parit sir, please unmute, sir. Yes, sir.
Good evening. I'm not a homeopath.
Yeah, I know.
I fully appreciate your presentation. Very good presentation. The topic is very vast, no doubt about that. We had to have 2 or 3 sessions also under this topic. I think this most of the people used to listen, not to understand, but to respond. That's one of the most important problems that we are facing now in the social life. The another thing is that the art of saying no, that's a big question that we had to learn by experience and all that. And you have well explained that aspects in a beautiful way. This, I think we want to have a session on this, more areas to be covered under this topic. That's what I feel. So this your presentation reminded me the JCA trainer. I happen to be a JCA president 2 times. And I had some, I have gone through some of the training on this. That's a very good presentation. That's we want this, and we should have this, not only from the point of view of homeopathic medicines, but also from social life and other aspects also. I really appreciate that. I am requesting you to have another sessions also in meantime without much delay. I think so. Thank you very much. Thank you. All the best.
Yes. Okay, sir. I think those who are presenting the topics and they want to continue to present another day, kindly remember us or inform us, because Dr. Harish will often forget about that. So that often we lose the continuity. So Dr. Harish Kumar, don't forget that.
Yeah, definitely. I will take that session, and next time when I take it, I will definitely will be taking that session.
Yes.
Somebody actually requested the last slide, so I am just showing that slide.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know whether this one or this one they were asking. Anyway, I am showing both the sides.
Yes. Prolonged unhealthy emotions means this is.
You may take the screenshot. So anybody, if you want, they can take the screenshot. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that is the phone number. I will give you the phone number so that you can. We need not waste the time. Okay. Right.
Yes. Well, the mind and body should be allowed. If the presence of miasm is there, it should not be allowed. You cannot work out that way. That's a problem. Now, Dr. Harish, yes, please.
Dr. Amir Dr. Amir Malik want to speak sometime.
Okay. After that, yes. Aditi Deva Hoa. Yes, Dr. Amir Malik, we can unmute now. Yes.
Honorable sir, good evening. Namaskaram to all our honorable doctors and today guest Honorable Dr. Harish Kumar. Sir,
thank you, Doctor.
And good evening, sir. Excellent presentations are really appreciated. A very good psychologically problems we have to make the balance in it and have to cure the conscious, unconscious and superconscious. It's really a big thing. My question, honorable sir, to you is, I just want the pathological reply and also the psychological issues that if the balance comes in the emotion, can the mutation within the genes which occurs in the cancer patients can be recovered by if we remove the suppression of the emotions from the human psyche? So is that possible that mutation can be cured by this way, or with the help of our medicines, or just by the psychological counseling? Kindly just have a light on this issue, sir, please.
Extremely sorry, Dr. Amir. Can you please repeat that question? I just missed the other parts.
Yes, honorable sir. Question is this.
Yeah.
The suppression of emotions causes disease.
Okay.
That when the patient is suffering from cancer.
Okay.
Actually, nowadays, the cancer is spreading too much.
Okay.
And when we have go for the details, the PCR and other details, they said in the end, due to just in mutation in genes, that cancer is occurred. As suppose the colon cancer, no history of drink, no history of smoking, no history of any another thing, no history of tobacco, but the patient is suffering from colon cancer. No pathological reply that what is the reason, except this, that this is a mutation in genes. What I want to know, if we make the clearance within the emotions, if we make balance in the emotion, especially within the three conscious, unconscious, and superconscious. So can they make a mutation within the genes to recover or make back the cancer, just cure the cancer? Is that possible?
Okay, understood. Right. Now, the thing is that definitely you can see many cases where there is no so-called trigger factors in those patients, and definitely they are having the cancer. And the mutation in the oncogene is the reason that they are explaining. Okay, right. You see, in cancers, one that full-fledged pathology has been developed, the resolution of the conflict alone will not give you the cure. Definitely, the medicine has a great role. Anti-miasmatic remedies will have a great role. And definitely, there may be situations where it has gone to stage 3 or stage 4. Definitely, you may have to give the pathological prescriptions also. Disease-oriented prescription may also help. Maybe they are having in the third stage, they are having severe pain. Definitely, you may have to give certain tinges so that the pain can be subsided. And if it is a case where it is in a stage 2, it is reversible, you can give the constitutional remedy and reverse. The medicine, counseling, and the conflict management 3 should be going hand in hand. Whether it is reversing in the gene level, that is something we have to, who is expert in that subject only can investigate and convey that. But definitely, cancer is reversible, especially in the first and second stages of cases. Definitely, conflict resolution is only part of it. Medicine has a bigger role when pathology has been developed. That is my point.
Dr. Harish, we can continue the next day. Okay. The Paris sir may invite sir to express a lot of thanks. Yes, sir, please.
Thank you very much, Honorable Sir.
Thank you. There's not time to explain more about that. I already made my opinion and remarks and request also. May I express attitude of gratitude to Dr. Harish Kumar for having made an excellent presentation in a professional way. And I'm very sure that he will come again with more areas under this topic, plus other topics also. All the best. Thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you.
Thus we conclude day 966. Hope you to meet the same time tomorrow. Till then, goodbye. And it is for Dr. Harish for a continuation program in Malayalam.
Thank you, Dr. Manoj. Namaskaram. IFPH